Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to round 2 of the Shawfire Supercars Series. We are live from Kyoto Driving Park in Yamagiwa, with the layout being Yamagiwa. Eddie's over in Japan. We are here, it's 4.352 Ks, 15 turns. That's a pretty interesting circuit, to be honest. We had a pretty good round last round at Dragon Trail. As I said, Direct Gardens, not really my favourite forte, but yeah, it was pretty good. We had Foster from Diffusion Race Engineering take out the race win, round win, sorry, in the in Rolls Can Hardly. He's got 192 points over Ando Scott, who unfortunately isn't racing tonight for me, Cooke Driver Development. So he's off doing pilot things. And then we had Span from Mad Turtle Racing rounding out the top 3. Over in the Johnson lobby, we had Crow take out the round win there on 178 points, with Nielsen coming across in P2 and Joinson in P3. I'll cover all that a little bit later when I go through the previous race results. And I had Bagnall in the Richards lobby take out the round win with Ison and Pacheco. Apologies if I pronounced that incorrectly. Then we had Whiplash Motorsport take an early lead in the team's championship for the round after round 1. So they're got a 10-point lead over Colin Racing Team, and then 28 over Mad Turtle Racing. We'll go through to the previous race results, but sorry about that, a little bit out of it, but on the wrong slide, unfortunately. But we've got the, as I said, round 2 here at the Shawfire Supercars Series, live from Kyoto Driving Park in Japan, in the format of Yamagiwa. So it's going to be an interesting race, a couple of races, I think. So we'll wait and see. But format for tonight, we have a 10-minute qualifying session, a 20-minute sprint, and then a 40-minute race with a reverse grid based on finishing position. Be sure to go over to follow MotorMotion on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. All the links are on their Facebook page. So it's a very good series. I do like it quite a lot. Brock Lobby, obviously broadcasted by myself. We were meant to have Corey Turner alongside me, but at the moment I think he's still asleep. So unfortunately he is in America, so I think the whole time difference thing is kind of hitting him a little bit. But yeah, we'll wait and see if he jumps in. I'm in a chat, so we'll wait and see if he jumps in later on in this evening. Other than that, if not, it'll be just by myself. We would have Wade Rushton, but unfortunately he is also MIA. We will have George Cook and Nick Pautasso streaming the Johnson lobby. When that time will be, it'll more than likely be this Saturday, but we'll wait and see. So, as I was saying earlier, Foster and Rolls Can Hardly took out the race, the round win there from Diffusion Race Engineering, and then Andrew Scott for me, Cooke Driver Development, P2 in on 186. With Span rounding out the podium. Pautasso, he was doing pretty well in race 2, but unfortunately the old controller came through and unfortunately kind of did him a little bit dirty on that one. So yeah. Then we move over to Johnson lobby. We had Crow take out the round win with Nielsen coming through P2 and Joinson in P3. If my audio level is a little bit wonky, please let me know, and then I will fix it. Over in the Richards lobby, we had Bagnall, I'm assuming Corey Bagnall, for Corp Esports, and then we had Drew Ison come through for Whiplash Motorsport, and then Pacheco rounding out the podium for that one. So, kind of a little bit of new names for myself. But there are also some other names that I do know there. So, moving over to the Teams Championship, we have Whiplash Motorsport, led by Monica Camilleri in the Brock lobby. She did quite well with her tyre wear last week, so I'm quite surprised she didn't move up a little bit further in the standings. It would have been good to see what she would have been made of if she had have put that tyre wear to the test. And then we'll move over to the live lobby at the moment. So the drivers are just getting ready to start their qualifying. But in the latest news, we have some driver changes. So unfortunately for CP Motorsports, we had Tyler Lansdale for the Brock Lobby. He was meant to be driving, but then he took some time off just for some personal things, so he can get his head around it. And we've actually had Dan Wood sign for CP Motorsports, and as you can see here, he's taken quite an early charge at the moment, from what I can see, with his 132.6, with Patton behind in his. As I say that, Foster comes through with a 34.2, so it's going to be a little bit interesting to see on the times there. But we have PJ McKenzie, unfortunately, will be a no-show this week as well. We have Lewis coming in for Unicop Esports. Unfortunately, it was a DNS last week, so we didn't have him come through. And then Madrick, we had him for Hasseldine. He did pretty well. From what I could see, we have some drivers dropping in and out. So yeah, but other than that, it was round one. Obviously, the first round was meant to be at Maggiore, but GT7 decided to tell us where to go. Unfortunately, with that one. But as always, the Supercar Series is sponsored by Shawfire. They provide unique solutions to your signage display needs. They make business cards and stickers to factory signage and vehicle wraps they can make you stand out. Make sure you visit their website at shawfire.com.au. Proud sponsors of the MotorMotion E-Series V8 Supercars edition. So if I think we'll be nearly ready to go live for qualifying, so I think it's going to be a bit of an interesting race. So who do we think that we may see on the front row? I'm guessing, I'm putting early money on Mr. Dan Wood. I've raced with Dan quite a lot. I raced also alongside him in the same car. He's got quite a lot of potential and a lot of knowledge. And yeah, he's also in the controller too. So it'll be a bit of an interesting one to wait and see on how the Mustang handles the extended race on the controller compared to what the Camaro does, because we do know that the Mustang does have a little bit more better tyre wear than what the Camaro does, which is actually quite the opposite of the real life Gen 3 cars. So I'm just going for the keyboard. But yeah, it's going to be a interesting round, I think. But while we take a little bit of a break just before they're about to go live for qualifying, be sure to subscribe for the latest updates on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook as well. So sit back, relax, grab a drink, grab some food if you haven't had dinner already, and I shall be back very shortly for qualifying for race 1 here at MotorMotion Shawfire Supercars Series. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are live for qualifying here. 10 minutes around this fantastic circuit. I haven't raced around the Kyoto Yamagiwa for a while. My apologies on the pronunciation. I decided to have a bit of a tongue twister there. But while we're here, who do we think we might see come through the field here? You know, as hard as it is, I think I might put my money on Dan Wood. Monopoly money, that is, ladies and gentlemen. It is a little bit of a joke that we have over in Trackstars Racing Series between myself, Nick, and Jarman. That's kind of been a bit of a running theme. Yeah, but yeah, my money's on Dan Wood. But while he's coming around here for qualifying, we'll jump on board as he lets some other drivers past. See if we can jump on board. We'll jump on board with Span. For this fantastic lap here. See if he can chuck it on pole of this fantastic 4.352 kilometer circuit. There's a long run into turn 1. You want to be trail braking a little bit here to try and get the best amount of corner exit speed you can on the run here up to turn 2, 3, 4, 5 down into turn 6. So the cars may be a little bit antsy on the rears if your wing settings aren't right. The same thing down here is a long left-hander, pretty much a repeat of turn 1. If you don't get the car set and turn right to hug that inside curb there, you will drift out onto the grass. But yeah, it's a little bit overcast. I'm worried that we may see a little bit of changing weather here. But yeah, try not to get a bit of a corner cut here, or Span's car gets a little bit loose. Going through that section there between turn 8, 9, 10. So on the run into turn 12, it's a hairpin, 180 degree corner. You want to be sucking in as tight as you can to that ripple strip to get the best exit you can. Now this chicane here is probably one of the most hardest parts on the track to try and get right. You want to be early on the brakes, switch back, ride the curb on the left, ride the curb on the right, try and get a good run there out of turn 14 into turn 15 here. Really late apex for this one. It's kind of like Eastern Creek. You want a late apex there at turn 2 to get the best run you can here. A Span comes through. We'll see 31, 32, early lap 32.1. Pretty good there for Span, who takes an early lead over there over Camilleri and Atkinson. That was actually a really good banker lap there for Span. In the Mad Turtle Racing, as I said last week, I do quite like the delivery on this car. It is pretty intriguing. Call me a little bit childish, but I do love the Ninja Turtles and the Turtles and stuff like that. So, well, we run through the grid here as the drivers have finished their first flying lap. We've got Span on pole at the moment, with Dan Wood coming through in P2 for CB Motorsports. Lewis Atkinson in 3rd place for Hooncore B Sports. Foster for Diffusion Race Engineering. Ooh, who's that? Spun around. See if I can find it, if I can catch it. Apologies if I'm bouncing through the grid. Easy. See if I get a replay what happened there. Ooh. Looks like he just took a little bit too much curb on that exit one there, and it really upset the car, which is not hard to do. Yeah, we'll run back through again. So we got Foster in 4th. Camilleri in P5. Early showing there for her there in that Mustang. Pautasso in the Castrol based Altipac MSR livery in the Camaro. Tell you, that tyre wear is absolutely killer on that right front. It is a pretty high degradation circuit, I think, due to obviously all the long sweeping corners, high speed, high weight transfer and that stuff. And we've got Attard, pretty sure it's Attard, insert dids. My apologies if it's wrong. It is Shane Attard. I was right. And then we have Morgan Davey here for Black Rose Racing in that beautiful Penrite Chevy Camaro. Kane Paton. I think it's Kane Paton. Apologies if it's not. I think he's filling in. And then we got GLR Scotty in Scott Taylor. And we got Nick Pears for Juice Motorsport. And then we got Madrick down in P12 for Hasseldine Automotive. So 12 drivers. We are missing 2 as well. Obviously, as I said earlier, in Ando and PJ McKenzie. But Span is still holding on to that 32-1. Just under 4 minutes to go here for round 2. He's really got that car set up pretty square to the ground for what I can see compared to the other cars. Welcome War Nitralize. I thank you. Apologize. Sorry if I did get your name wrong. Hope you're having a wicked awesome day as well as I am here in Australia. It's 8:35 at night. We'll wait and see on how this goes here for round 2. As we've seen a little bit of a shake-up in the grid here. Camilleri coming through P3 at the moment. She's got a slip there from Span. Span pulls out. Oh, the front of that Mustang. Look at that thing lift in the air. She comes there. I wish it was a slow-mo. That's awesome. That's sick. Oh, that's bloody awesome. Seeing that thing come down there with both front wheels off the ground and nearly tipping over. That's awesome. Yeah, Camilleri did well last round out, as I said earlier, in the Mustang. So at the moment, it's a Mustang 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First Mustang's P6 in Foster. So Foster was the winner last time out, as I said earlier. Currently sitting just over 9/10 off the lead. So I wonder if this is a bit of a Mustang fest here, as obviously the first 5 cars are fueled by Mustangs. Davey as well. We didn't see last round, which was 2 weeks ago. It is good to see Morgan Davey back. He did obviously take out the Player 1 GT3 Championship. That was very close there between him and Lewis Atkinson. It came right down to the last round. Came through as a privateer. As Dan Wood sets a faster lap with a 132.2. Not quite enough for Span, as he'll have one more lap to see what he can try and do with that CP Motorsports Mustang. Quite a good looking Mustang, I think. As we'll right on board with him through this first section, see if he can better that lap as he goes just on 6 thousandths. Oh, runs very wide there onto the grass. Commentator's curse. My apologies, my friend. Me and Dan are pretty good friends, so he'll thank me for that commentator's curse. But maybe that personal best sector kind of shocked him there a little bit, and he's staying off the racetrack because obviously that is the racing line for other cars coming through. So big ups there to Mr. Dan Wood. He'll just park that up there and leave that for the end of the session because there is 33 seconds to go and he won't be able to make it to the line. Unfortunately, Lewis looks like he's aborted that lap too. But as we have it, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like Span will be getting his first pole position here in the Shawfire Supercars Series as Camilleri comes in for some damage to fix. Looks like some right front suspension damage there. She'll call that a day as well. Some of the cars are set up a little bit differently to Seaside as well. Ooh, Pautasso betters his lap with a 33 flat. Foster coming through the 32.6. Scott Taylor coming through the 33.0. Morgan Davey down here in 9th. He was on a PB lap. Oh. getting really loose there. 610's down there, unfortunately. We won't see any movement from him. Baton's done. Looks like everyone is just about finished their lap. Someone that did just come across the line, but I missed it. So Span's finishing his lap. I don't think we're going to see any better than that one on those what would be pretty much dead racing soft tyres. So racing soft tyres only for this round as well. You know, we had last round we had the racing mediums and the racing soft too. It was up to the drivers. We saw a lot of different strategies between mediums, softs, and stuff like that as Span comes through with a 32.7. So 6/10 down, and I think that's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. Monica, she was fixing damage. Unfortunately, she's not on a lap. She's on an out lap. And then Attard in Sir for Scarborough Motorsport. Oh, he does have some damage there. ELTC, look mate, myself, I don't like using traction control. You'll never catch me using it, even in the rain. But some drivers are a lot more comfortable in using traction control. But, you know, each to their own. We don't discriminate here. But yeah, we had Nismo Nath, welcome along my friend. Going on Go Hoon Corp, supporting his drivers there. Lewis Atkinson in the driver there for Hoon Corp. So pretty solid grid here at the moment. Not too far spread out. As we can see, the first 4 cars on the grid there are Mustangs with a 32.1 from Span. That was a very good lap. That was on his first flyer lap as well. Very good lap. And then Dan Wood managed to come through with a 32.2 with Monica coming through. Wonder if we can see Monica come through from P3, if she can make work of something. She's definitely, for me, she's my underdog here in this series. She had a very good showing in race 1 at Dragon Trail Gardens, so that was pretty good for me. Now we have more people in the chat. Who do we think we're going to see win this here? Over in Trackstars, as I said earlier, we do put on Monopoly money. I think my Monopoly money for a pretty good win would go to Dan Wood, but I think the tyre wear may screw him over quite a little bit due to being on a controller, obviously. But then, you know, Monica in Super VT 2000, she may come through a bit of an underdog there. So, yeah. Ooh, we got Lewis without a doubt. Well, Lewis here. He's sitting down there in P4. Yeah, definitely, man. It is sad to see, but not much you can do there when you're when you can't manage to get a car on the grid, obviously due to various reasons. But we all have lives here, as always. Some people think we may not, but nah, it's pretty good. So yeah, hopefully we can see Colin Racing Team on the grid for round 3. That would be good, because round 3, my friend, is at Autopolis. Also cloudy. So, Autopolis, not bad. I'm seeing here as well, round 4 on the 3rd of October is at Bathurst in the evening. Are we going to see a night race? That is the question. But sit back, relax, ladies and gentlemen. We will go live very shortly with race 1 here at MotorMotion for their Shawfire Supercars Series. Sit back, relax, grab a drink, and we shall be back very, very shortly. They should be ready to go pretty much for race 1. But yeah, as I said, grab a drink, sit back, and then I will be here with you guys and girls for the next 60 minutes worth of racing. You can listen to my fantastic voice. And hello, Mr. Jeff, in the background, because I know you're watching. Alright, I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully everyone did get a drink or a snack. So we can wait and see what you've got. Ready for this next 20 minutes here. 13 laps around Kyoto driving park here in Japan. Who will see get a race start? We've got 5 lights are on. Got lights out and away we go here for race 1 at MotorMotion Shawfire Supercars Series as Dan Wood gets an early, gets a good jump there. Lewis sucks into the back of him. Also goes to P2. He has Span dropped to P3 off the start there. Absolutely phenomenal start there from Dan Wood in that Mustang. Pretty clean at the moment. Ooh, got someone down the back here. Peasy. See if I can catch what happened here. Jump on board. Oh, looks like he's done it all himself. Just lost the rear there of that juiced Mustang. Unfortunately, but that's racing, I guess. And Dan Wood is out to a little bit of an early lead here as Lewis is coming under pressure from Span. While Monica is coming under a lot of pressure from Foster. Foster's made not too bad of a start there in that Mustang as he tries to make an inside move there. He gets it done too. That was a classy move there from Foster, but Cavalieri's not done yet. She wants that position back. She's not having any of it. Oh, Span on the grass there. Full send. Oh, Foster up the inside of Span. Easy does it, boys and girls. Settle down. It's lap 1. 12 more laps to go. 13 more laps to go, sorry, my apologies. Foster out wide there. Really wide onto that AstroTurf. Not where he wants to be. Morgan Davies moved up. Pautasso has come through for P4. Where have you come from? Where have you come from? We didn't see Pautasso up there. He's made some early moves in that MSR Camaro. He takes a really shallow line there compared to Span. Looks like Pautasso tries to double apex the corner. Span runs wide onto the grass. Wood and Lewis have gone out for an early lead here. Span get under heavy fire here for Foster. Foster's not done. Foster is not done. He wants to make some moves here. Oh, oh. Wow, that was a massive move there. Nick runs really deep. Tries to come back. A little bit of netcode lag there. 3 wide. Massive recovery there. Surprised he kept a hold of that. That was huge. That was a huge moment there. Span and Foster still not done yet. Foster's got a really good setup in that car for the race. We noticed that as well at Dragon Trail. He had a really good setup. Car was really planted. Didn't get the rear didn't lose out on him much during the race. He kept it really planted, even when he did come under pressure from Scott. He kept his head down and ended up managing to keep him at bay. So solid work there from Foster. As they're all settling in here, lap 3 of 13 at Kyoto Driving Park, Yamagiwa formation. We have Dan Wood leading, Lewis Atkinson in second with the wipers on. It's cloudy, my friend, but it's not raining, so you might want to turn those off. Then we have Foster in third, Span in fourth, Pautasso in fifth, Camilleri in sixth, Attard right behind her in seventh, and then Taylor in eighth, Morgan Davey in ninth, Baton in 10th, Rick in 11th, and Nick Pearce down in 12th place. He had to fix that damage, so he dropped really far back behind the field. So unfortunate there, but with a reverse grid, he will be starting on the front row on pole position for race 2. But yeah, that's been an exciting start there at the moment here for round 2 in the Shawfire Supercars Series. I would also like to thank everyone at MotorMotion for getting me on board. You know, it's my second series here, and it has been good. You know, Jeff does a lot of work behind the scenes, and much appreciated. Unfortunately, we couldn't have George because this series is a little bit too late for him due to being in New Zealand. So when we finish here, he does have a bit of an early start on Wednesdays. So yeah, I did thoroughly enjoy last week. Last round, sorry, was very fun. Yeah, but they do run a very tight ship, and we're in obviously close dealings with them. Track Stars versus MotorMotion, so yeah, it's been pretty good. But we'll run through as well the tyre wear too. So you can see Dan Wood has got a little bit more tyre wear than Atkinson does. Obviously, that's got to do with the controller versus wheel barrier. But Span around the outside of Foster here into turn 14, 15, run up to 16. Pretty sure that's 16. 15, sorry, 13, 14. Can Foster get a bit of a over-under done? Or Span really sketchy on the outside there. Pautasso's all over the back of these two. He's going to be like, thank you boys, I'm not done yet, here I am. But in saying that, while these three are fighting, it's also bringing Camilleri into play too, so don't count Camilleri out yet. She's sitting in P6. Oh, and Pautasso there gets damaged too. Looks like he got on the curb. The exit of that right-hander. Yeah, gets on the curb. Bounces the car into the wall, unfortunately. That's a massive blow there for Pautasso. That's going to drop him all the way down the back of the field. He's going to lose so much time here in that 32 Ultipack Mashbuds racing car. He will have to pit, but when he does pit, you know, you're already fixing damage made. I'll probably take a set of tyres too. So, see what you can get out of it. But yeah, at the moment, oh, we had Monica overtake spin. Oh, what's the beef going on here? Span gets a really bad run out of turn 8, 9. Camilleri really loose on the rear. Span up the inside. Late on the brakes there. Will we see Pautasso dip into the pits? No, Pautasso staying out. Pautasso is staying out with that damage there. He's going to be massively hindered in a straight line. Due to that damage there, and also the left-hand corners, obviously it's left-hand suspension and front splitter. So he's actually gone just shy of his PB sector there. So Adard's going to be going to want to be careful that he doesn't run up the back there at Pautasso. He probably doesn't know that he has damage either. So Adard goes down the inside of Pautasso. But Pautasso deep on the brakes and still manages to pull that thing up. He's doing a fantastic job in that thing, pulling that out of all wonders. Oh, Scott Taylor up the inside there. Monica, full send. Absolutely wild. That was insane. Morgan Davies is about to have a piece of this as well. Scott is under fire from Morgan Davies. See the setup difference in the GLR Scotty wheel compared to the Morgan Davies wheel. It's got a really high rake happening in that that Camaro there for the P1 Sim Gear sponsored car there for Scott Taylor. Gridline racing. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Normally it's Hoadley. I think there's a bit of a driver change there. Oh, Attard in the wall. Be good to see. I'll jump on board here, see if we can catch an eye on what happened. Really hot there into that corner there. Not what he wanted. Lap 7 of 13. He dropped down to P9 there. So we'll jump up the front again to Dan Wood. Still doing 32s, mate. He's got that Mustang absolutely tuned to perfection. Lewis, not far behind him, still with his wipers on. Then we got Foster under attack again from Span. Apologies, ladies and gents, I'm just trying to sort out something. Foster's the biggest mover at the moment. Yeah, jumping up into P3. And obviously the lead Camaro at the moment as well. That right front tyre is absolutely dead. We're going to notice that in the longer race here. Obviously being 13 laps this one, I'm guessing the next one's probably going to be about 25 or 26 laps to try and get to that 40-minute mark. Obviously because we know that the timed races are a little bit busted for these races, so we do change it into laps and times here. Morgan Davey makes a move there on Scott Taylor in the gridline mobile. Mustang versus Camaro. On the charge there up to Camilleri in P5. Span looks like he made a bit of a mistake there. Dropped off the back of Foster. Oh, on the grass. Span doesn't have that thing gripped on the rear on corner exit, which is a little bit unfortunate. As obviously he did get pole position for this race here, so probably not what he wants, but it looks like those tyres are really starting to wear on that right hand side, so maybe that might be coming into play here. But we'll jump back down, see if we can find where Nick is. Pautasso's down in 11th. He's got some fresh rubber. He's put in a 32.9. He's about to go full send on that half tank of fuel Camaro. Painted in lovely Castrol replica colours. Peasy down here in P12. Driver's a little bit settled in now. See if we can find this battle pack that we had going on. Morgan Davey versus Scott Taylor versus Patton. I'd love to get updates from the other lobbies, but unfortunately I don't have anyone in the other lobbies that will be able to let me know what the results are. But that's all good. That'll come from the stream that they do on the weekend here. Morgan Davey looks to have spread that gap there to Scott Taylor a little bit. I think Scott made a bit of a mistake there going through the turn 13-14 chicane. 10 laps gone, 4 laps to go. Ooh, who's up here? Who's spun? Oh, Davey spun. Span. Engine damage as well. Oh, oh, wow. Let's just jump on board. That's very... Oh, he got the grass on the inside. Overcorrected the car. Wow, that's massive there. Massive, massive, massive mistake there from Span. Got the inside curb going through turn 3. And then looks like massively overcorrected the car and it just spat him into the wall. That was huge. Dan Wood in first place here in that CP Motorsport mobile, followed by Atkinson. These tyres are going to last. Hello, Motion Media. I think that's Jeff. If it is, hello, Jeff. Dan Wood with a 3.8 second gap over Atkinson. He's really pushing that thing. Atkinson in P2, Foster P3, Camilleri P4, Davey P5 still with Scott Taylor on the back of that Ford Mustang. And then Attard in 7th. Patton, my apologies if I pronounce it incorrectly. You've got damage as well, my friend. So something's happened to you. Nick Pautasso up into P9. How far can Nick get in 2 laps? That's the question. Ooh, something's happening here. I think Morgan Davey got a little bit sketchy on the exit there of the corner. Yeah, he did. Really compromised his exit there. Getting hounded by Taylor. Oh, he still has the position there, so he must have gone full send. Oh, oh my god. Someone cue the Tokyo Drift music. That was massive. That was a massive moment there for Morgan Davey. I don't know how he held on to that. And he's got a crisscross here. Going on Scott. Will he send it full send into the next corner? Wheels lifted. Can't get that thing pulled up. And the pass. Okay, Morgan Davey's not in a Mustang. He's in a Camaro. That was a massive, massive mistake there by me. I apologise greatly. I got confused with the real life Penrite cars being in Mustangs. Someone battling down the back. Span battling with Peasy. Peasy on some dead tyres. Span on some new, brand new, what they call Michelin rubber. We've got Madrick P10 in that massive, that very high Chevrolet Camaro there in the Marlboro tribute livery. We just flick back to the front here. We got Dan Ward coming through the 2, 3, 4, 5 section for the final time here at Kyoto Driving Park, Yamagiwa circuit in race 1. Question is, will those tyres hang on for the rest of the lap? He's got a hard charging Atkinson in P2. Followed by Foster in a Diffusion Race Engineering Camaro. And then Monica P4. Good work there by her as well. She's got the tyre wear that she can save on these cars is absolutely phenomenal. As they say, the Ando is the king of tyre saving. She's definitely the queen. She's got to be. Then we got Morgan Davey. P5 still in a battle with Taylor. He's got to round him for P6. But we'll jump back to the front here with Dan Wood about to come about to cross the line here for the race win for round 2 for CP Motorsports there, with Atkinson coming across in P2, followed by Foster rounding out the podium for race 1. Camilleri in P4, and then followed by Morgan Davey and Scott Taylor, position 5 and 6. Attard and Pautasso, fantastic recovery there from P8. Patton, P9. Rick coming across the line as well in P10. And then jumping down to Peasy. Looks like Span's had another mistake. Span pushing really hard there in that car, copying a couple of mistakes there. Probably not what he wanted, but maybe he's just wanting to start on the front for race 2. With Nick P is coming across in P11 and Span in P12. Solid race by all drivers. And as we said earlier, Dan Wood taking out the win there for CP Motorsports. fastest lap as well will go to Span with a 32.450. Driver closest to him next is Dan Wood with a 32.556. So pretty quick for all drivers, but it looks like the Mustang started to drop off towards the end, and the Camaros really held their own with their tyre wear and stuff like that. So it's going to be interesting for race 2 to see if those Camaros can come through and take it to the likes of the Mustangs. Obviously, we've got Span starting on pole, and Dan Wood, who's going to have to fight through the field here to try and get through the other 11 cars sitting in front of him. So it's going to be interesting. But solid race there and a solid massive amount of points all. So while we go for a short break between race 1 and race 2, it will be a 40-lap race. Not 40-lap race, sorry, 40-minute race, which will be about 25 laps or so, I think. We'll wait and see, but at the moment, sit back, relax, and we shall be back very shortly for race 2. Thank you very much, Jeff. My mic was muted. I've been talking this whole time. That was funny. I unmuted my mic on my headset, but not on Streamlabs. That's funny. Thank you, sir. But yeah, we got some drivers, some mixed strategies going on here. So we got Foster on mediums. We got Pautasso on mediums, and we have Wood on mediums as well. Attard's dropped down, unfortunately. Patton with that early mistake there. I'm not too sure what happened. I think he may have like really lost the rear end or something like that. But yeah, he looks to have had massive drop there. But he needs to use that those soft tyres to his advantage. Oh my lord, what an absolute cluster. What is going on here? Atkinson, what have you done, good sir? Going 3 wide into the hairpin. Oh my. Foster and Atkinson having a bit of rubbing going on. The old rubbins racing. That's awesome there from the boys. Keeps it clean, keeps the racing very nice to see. As Atkinson is getting a massive run here on Camilleri, up into the likes of turn 5. Pautasso running a really wide line, late apex through there. Camilleri and Atkinson holding the inside. Will he get a switchback done here? This is the question. Oh, around the outside, full send. Can't get that move done, unfortunately. We got Pautasso battling with Scott Taylor and Rick on the mediums. Scotty on the mediums as well? No, Scotty's on the softs. Oh, Pautasso. 3 wide onto the main straight there. Oh my, that's awesome. Drivers still giving each other room. Foster unfortunately drops off the back of these guys. Oh, drivers are still going at it. Oh, Monica! No, that's huge there from her. Looks like she got a bit of an assistance from behind for that one. Ooh, bit of a lag spike. Push from behind from Wood. Yeah, Atkinson led her back past. He knew he made a mistake there. That's very unfortunate there for those two. They were having a really good battle. Going on lap 5, but it looks like a little bit of netcode came into play as well. Obviously, we know that Atkinson's a Kiwi. Shout out to all the Kiwis. Hope you ride your sheep to work. Sorry, that was racist, but I shouldn't have said that. But it's a joke, you know, just like you guys say we should have dingoes in our backyard. It is what it is. But I wonder if we'll see Monica come in and pit this lap to get rid of her damage, or if she was going to push through to try and wear those softs out. Yeah, so she's gonna stay out there. See if we can see the speed difference there. 249, 250, 261. So it's about a 10-kilometer speed difference. As Atkinson goes really deep there into turn 1. Yeah, that was very unfortunate there. Morgan Davies moved up into first. Peasy right on the back of him. Peasy's having a lot better race at the moment. He must have got his engineers and mechanics and said, "Boys, fix my car. My car is handling like an absolute bucket." And the bucket had holes in the bottom, so it was pointless being a bucket. So maybe now they've got him a new bucket. It looks to be having a pretty good battle here. Scotty coming through in P3 in Scott Taylor. Pautasso on the first car on the mediums, but then he's got Foster right under his back wing. Also on the mediums. Oh, Adard! What happened here? That was huge. Oh, got that ripple strip on the inside there, and it just all she wrote. I thought he got the grass. Yeah, wow, that was huge. Huge moment there for Attard. Lewis as well, got past Monica. Obviously unfortunate, but there's not much you can do, that's racing. We'll jump back up to the front now. Morgan Davey and Nick Pearce have just stretched that out to 4.7 seconds. Pautasso should pit roughly around lap 14 or 15-ish. Lap 16, maybe, if he can stretch it, the fuel to go that far. So you can see he's really short shifting that car, trying to look after the tyres, look after the fuel. Jump on board with Foster. He's used less tyre but more fuel, so obviously the controller. Controller versus wheel issue, unfortunately. But Dan Wood up into 8th place, all over the back of there of Rick. Ready to take that P7 from him. Lap 8 of 26. 19 laps to go? Pretty sure it's 19 laps. Up the inside there, beautiful move there from Wood in the number 66. Now he's going to have a charge onto Span 3 seconds up the road. Foster and Pautasso going at it. Now Spans has been added to the mix. If they're not careful, Span is going to absolutely take both of these positions from them. Foster has a little bit more tire, a little bit better tire wear, and I think he's making the most of that car. He's probably the most dominant at the moment, from what I can see over the last 2 rounds. In that Diffusion Race Engineering Camaro, so I think he's got that set up quite even. The Mustang, mate. The Mustang is fantastic this season. I'm not too sure what happened between season 1 and season 2, but looks like the Mustang's definitely had something done to it that it's really coming through. Pearsy in the wall here. What's going on? Stay's gone from bad to worse from race 1. Race 2 on the power so easily, unfortunately. Gets on the power there and loses the rear. Not what he wants at all. Drops down to P12. Wow, that's massive. Promotes Scott Taylor up into P2. Foster into P3. Span in P4. He's also on the softs and he's been passed by Foster. If I can get that on replay, if he's passed him yet. No, he's passed him. I'd say he got a bit of run. Rear diffuser off the Camaro for this season. Oh, okay. So there's a bit of aero changes for the Camaro, which obviously is proven to be massive. Now the Gen 3s here, obviously you can see the less aero is really making a big difference to the way the cars handle. You know, you can see them coming down here into turn 7, I believe it is. I think I keep forgetting the numbers. Turn 8, 9 through 7. They're lifting the front wheels, so that less aero isn't letting the cars grip to the ground as much, which will give them a bit more straight line speed and try and provide for a bit better racing. But you know, there's not much you can do there. But Pearsy's jumped onto the mediums, 17 laps to go. Probably a bit of a stretch, but you know, we'll wait and see on what he can do there. But Lewis, what's happened to you, my friend? Something bad's happened to you. I did miss that, my apologies. But yeah, you dropped down to 11th. You got front and rear aero. Morgan Davey out with a 7-second lead over Scott Taylor. That's huge. Span with the fastest lap again. With that 132.5. Span's all over the back of Foster here. Can he go for a move there into turn 8 and 9? He can. He gets the job done. That was clean. That was very, very clean. Pautasso's under threat now from Dan Wood. Look at the tyre difference and changes. Wow, that's massive there. That Mustang's a lot better on tyres compared to that Camaro. Wow, that's huge. Yeah, Span's the first of the Mustangs, that's right. And in saying that, he's in a battle with Foster. The tyre wear I did notice during the week for the Mustang is quite considerably different to the Camaro. You can see from it here, obviously between Dan Wood and Pautasso. The left rear, the non-loaded tyre is obviously wearing less, but the heavily loaded tyre being the right front is massive, absolutely huge, and they're the same compound as well. So Dan would essentially get another third of tyre life out of his car. Than what Nick would, because we'll probably see Nick pit within the next probably 2 laps or so. But we'll see Dan try and push for maybe, you know, 16, 17, 18 laps even, depending on how his fuel manages. But yeah, that was a bit of a corner cut there, my friend. It's probably not what you want to be doing. But yeah, that's massive. But then in saying that, we go to Paton, and then his right front is dead. While we go to P4 in Span, and his right front still has tyre life. So really, I think it just comes down to kind of driver management with their tyres and stuff like that. But yeah, we can see here Camilleri has only used probably about half a tyre in less than half the race. But yeah, I think she really needs to maybe use that benefit that she's got a little bit better to her advantage. Attard jumping in the pits now. He's got damage there. He'll chuck on probably a set of mediums, fill the car to the brim, and then run home when he starts lap 13 or 26. Morgan Davey probably going to pit in the next lap. Dan Wood's going to be a person that you want to be watching out for. Foster and Span still going at it. In the process of doing this, they're letting Dan close in. Pautasso's fuel usage is quite good. Scott Taylor, the first of the lead runners to hit the pits. Span following him in. And Wood as well. Seven litres of fuel difference between Span and Wood, and they're in the same car. This is a long pit stop. Monica behind, following in. Rick as well. Will we see Lewis come in? No, he's already come in. He'll more than likely pass Rick and Monica while they're in the pits. He does. We've got Attard and Piers coming past as well. So we should see Morgan Davey come in the pits this lap. No, if not this lap, it'll be next lap. Foster, he'll still stay out for probably another 3. If he can stretch the field, that's the question. Pautasso really getting the most out of those medium tyres. right front. He's dead for next car. Surely he's got to be in the pits this lap. Morgan Davies near about ready to lap. He has lapped Rick. Yep, he comes in the pits now. 1 litre of fuel. Foster going around again. You'll get another lap or so out of this one. Span in the war of the worst again. What happened here? Ripple strip. Oh, grass overcorrection again. Wow, Span is really quick on the corrections, but he just doesn't look after himself. He's really killed himself there. Not literally. He's killed his chances there at will be a P2 unless he can hold on to this for 11 laps. But I don't think he can. He's got, as in saying that, he runs off wide. I think that is connection. Don't know what happened here. I think this may be a netcode connection lag for Span. He's now driving backwards on the track. Oh, he may have had a wheel disconnect. I'm not sure what's going on here with Span. That was very odd. As we see Foster jumping in the pits now. Scott Taylor's currently a lead runner. Followed by Dan Wood. He's come through. He's sitting in P3 at the moment. I'm going to keep an eye here on where Scott Taylor comes out in relation to Foster. So Taylor's actually overtaken him. Dan Wood's overtaken him. Where's Pautasso? Not too far behind. Scott Taylor at the moment. He may be on here. Span with a DNF. That's huge. Massive results there. Not what he wants at all. That there for Mad Turtle Racing. That's going to be massive. Massive in the championship. Obviously, then he's got Glenn Mead in Big Brewster Shark. I'm pretty sure that's Big Brewster Shark, if I do remember correctly. And Andrew Ench. My apologies if I did get that incorrect. But yeah, that's huge. Very unfortunate there for the team, but looks like he may, as I said, he may have had a wheel disconnect or something along the lines of that, or it looks like he had a hardware failure or something. So. Yeah, but Scott Taylor's done his PB here with a 33.4, but he's got Woodsy hot on his heels at the moment with a 32.4. Morgan Davey P3, Foster P4, Pautasso P5, Atkinson P6 with damage as well. Patton has come up into P7, so that's a good recovery considering his big accident early on. Attard P8, Camilleri P9, Rick P10, and then Peasy P11. Unfortunately, with that massive moment he had in hitting the wall, so very unfortunate there. But looks like he's had to pit twice. So yeah, not ideal, but not much you can do. Jump on board here with Dan Wood in the process of him catching Scott Taylor. Sit back, relax, and lathe in the sounds of this beautiful Ford Mustang GT350R Shelby, as class in the game here in the cockpit of Dan Wood. Got to unmute my mic again. Fantastic. But yeah, it looks like that was a massive moment there for Scott Taylor in that last lap. Got the curb, ended up hitting the wall. Looks like that he might have been caught off guard by that wind. 4.1 meters per second going through the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections. So yeah, it hit the ripple strip and drifted the car out wide, but he's still coming through in P5. So that's a solid performance here. But next thing we have is Dan Wood. He's got front splitter damage, so that's the question: is Morgan David going to be able to catch him and pass? But in also saying that, we've got Foster. Foster is on a mission, absolute mission. He's done 3 32s in a row. got that gap down to 1.2 seconds. And he's nearly 2/10. Well, will we see our first 31, ladies and gentlemen? Will we see our first 1 minute 31? Oh, so close. Ever so slightly. They're hounding the back here. Morgan Davies under pressure from Foster, but they're trying to push towards Dan Wood. This is a very spicy battle here. Got one Mustang versus two Camaros. A bit of a damaged Mustang in the same thing. Foster up the inside there, Morgan Davies. Foster is a man on a mission. This man is in demon time at the moment here. Lap 22 of 26. 4 to go at the end of this lap. Will we see Foster take out 2 round wins in a row? That's the question. Oh, he just gets shouldered there by Morgan Davies. Dan Wood made the most of that one. Dan Wood's car is looking a bit worse for wear there, my friend. Pautasso into the pits. Looks like he's just chopped in for a new set of tyres. He had enough gap behind him. He thought, my tyres are dead, we'll just burn it. I'm not going to be able to catch the guys at the front. So we'll pit a set of tyres and give me the most amount of grip I can for the last 4 laps of the race. So yeah, it's going to be a bit spicy here on the inside one. But while we're at it, 3.5 laps to go here, ladies and gentlemen. We obviously have Dan Wood, Foster and Morgan Davies for first, second, third. Pautasso P4, Scott Taylor P5. Shane Adard P6, he's made a good recovery there. Patton P7, he's also made a good recovery. Atkinson carrying damage at the moment as well. He's on a recovery drive too. Camilleri, she ended up getting spun very early on in the race, so she's also on a drive back through the field as best she can. Then we got Rick in P10 and then Nick Pearce in P11. So Nick Pearce, if he's not careful, he's going to get lapped. But Foster's made a move on Dan Wood. See if I can rewind it for the move. Looks like he's done it into the last corner and on the corner exit. See in the background, Morgan Davies. Fantastic move up the inside there from Foster. Classy move there from Foster. That's very good. Very good work there. Oh, Wood getting real on the pretty hard on the curbs there. Settle down, mate. 2.5 laps to go. You're already carrying damage. You're going to try and get the best back, but this may give Dan Wood the round win here, based on finishing position. Obviously, because he did win for race 1. And Foster came third, so this may give Dan Wood the round win for this one. We'll wait and see, as well as Foster has fastest lap too. So yeah, it's pretty interesting on how this race has gone, being what would be equivalent to 40 minutes. Looks like it's going to be about 43 minutes. I think it's usually 40 minutes plus 1. So, but yeah, obviously the early DNF there from Span. Unfortunately, it looks like he had a hardware failure. Just went straight on at turn 6. So yeah, not too sure what happened there, but maybe that's a question that we can put to Span during the week or in between this round and next round. But yeah, it's pretty good here for round 2. I do quite like these Yamagiwa circuit. Pautasso coming across with a 32.7 with his fastest lap. Scott Taylor as well, fastest lap on lap 23 with a 33.3. And then Attard with a 33.3 as well. Patton with a 34.1. Lewis is about to be under pressure there from Camilleri too, so. But you wouldn't expect any less because Atkinson is carrying damage where Monica is not. Oh. I wonder if Monica can get past Atkinson here for P8. Ooh, as I say that, looks like she's trying to make a move here into the hairpin around the outside. Can she go for an over/under move? Needs to be a little bit more aggressive there, my friend. But Foster in P1 at the moment with a 3-second gap over Woods, and then Morgan Davey. Oh, that's massive there. He was so lucky not to get engine damage or anything like that, and it's the last lap. Pautasso P4, 16 seconds to the car in front, being Morgan Davey. And then Scott Taylor rounding out the top 5. Here for round 2. As we jump back to the front here, we got Foster coming around turn 12 into turn 13, turn 14, and the chicane for the last time here for the Shawfire Supercars MotorMotion Championship. It is season 2 here, and that will be a race win there for Foster in the Diffusion Race Engineering. That's 2 race wins from 4 races, so that's a good solid performance there by him. With Dan Wood coming across the line in P2, he's actually run out of fuel. He's run out of fuel on the line. Morgan Davies nearly run out of fuel himself as well. Nick Pautasso coming down the front straight as well in P4. The Altapac Mashbuds racing team. Scott Taylor for Gridline Racing coming through, rounding out the top 5. And then we have an 11-second gap back to Attard for Scarborough Motorsport. And then P7 we have Camilleri for Whiplash. And then she managed to get past Lewis Atkinson, who's coming through a pass in P8 for Hooncorp Esports. Patton coming through in 9th. And then Rick for the final time, probably what he wants to see, lap 26 to 26 in that Hasseldine Automotive, beautiful looking retro livery there, with Peasy very close by. Turn 15, mate, not too far to go. On the run to the checkered flag here, we have Rick coming through in P10, and then Peasy coming through in P11 there. But big congratulations to Foster in the Diffusion Race Engineering Camaro. Solid performance there, absolutely on point, couldn't stop him, and he's done a fantastic job there. Obviously, we had himself and Dan Wood starting from the back too. So that was a blistering lap time there with a 32.1. So, but as I predicted, the Camaros came through towards the end. It's just Camaro, Shelby, Camaro. So a little bit what happened in the longer races in the actual Supercar series, where the Mustangs drop off a little bit, but Mustangs seem to have a lot better tyre wear than what the Camaros do, but the Camaros have a little bit better speed. So, but you know, not much you can do there in relation to that. Obviously, you just try and tune it out. So, but yeah, it's just unfortunate as well for Span copping a DNF too. So, as I said, hopefully they find out what happened with him. But we never like to see drivers not finishing or not starting. So hopefully we see Andrew Scott as well in Endo 787 back for next round. He's obviously gallivanting around the world flying as part of his work duties. But for me, that is it, ladies and gentlemen, for race 2 here of the Shawfire Supercars Brock Lobby, led by Foster. I would say that would extend his championship. But yeah, top job there. My driver of the day. You know, I would like to give it to Monica if she, you know, was a little bit further up the grid for this one. For the checkered flag, I would have definitely given it to her, but I've got to give it to my mate and Dan Wood. He's done a solid job there. Qualified second, first in race 1, second in race 2, just on the ball there. Definitely found something in that Mustang there that no one else did. So yeah, driver of the day definitely goes to Dan Wood. But for me, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for round 2. Catch me in 2 weeks. Actually, I need to talk to Jeff about that one because I'm actually heading to Bathurst. But yeah, so we shall wait and see in regards to that one. Never mind, Bathurst is next month. Scratch that. So we'll be back on the 19th of September for round 3 here at Autopolis Short. Also in Japan, so we're still in the Japan leg of the series. So wait and see what happens there. But for me, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. That is me, done, dusted. Time for me to go to bed. So thank you all for joining. Like, subscribe, turn the notification button on so you get all the updates for MotorMotion and when they're streaming. But yeah, once again, thank you. Thanks to Jeff. And unfortunately, we couldn't have any other commentaries in here. Fingers crossed next round we do.